Dear learners, once again welcome to our course, Foundation Course in Food Production. The topic that we are going to discuss today is kitchen organization. In this lecture, we will be talking about cookery and levels of skills and experience required in cookery to grow in a professional kitchen hierarchy. We will discuss hierarchy of a kitchen department in a professional setup. What is classic kitchen brigade, also known as La Brigade? What is the organizational structure of a professional kitchen? Duties and responsibilities of various chefs which are working in a kitchen. So these are the topics that we are going to cover under today's lecture. So let's start. Introduction to cookery. Talking about cooking, one would say that cooking is a discovery or invention, but in my opinion, cooking has been an evolution. It has evolved with time, with the knowledge of food and ingredients, and with the development or evolution of the civilization. One can say that cooking has evolved alongside the evolution of man. Okay? As you see, in the prehistoric period, or the early men used to cook inside the caves or in an open fire. Okay? Now you can see we have such wonderful professional kitchen setups where the cooks are preparing food with help of technology and whatnot equipment available to them. Okay? One can always say that the invention or discovery of fire is the basis for cookery. Okay? Without fire, you cannot imagine the cooking in the modern times. Okay? So we can only guess, or there are certain stories that we can rely on, that how the first food was cooked. Like there is a story which says that once accidentally a caveman dropped raw meat near to the fire and slept, and in the morning when he woke up and tasted that meat which was near to the fire, it was easy to chew and it tasted very different. From there started the whole journey or evolution of cooking. To understand the knowledge of the early men about cooking, the proofs that we get in our support are cave paintings which are found in different parts of the world inside the caves, where you can see the early men hunting a herd of animals. Along with that, you can also see the early men cooking the whole animal over open fire. So these are the proofs which are available for the skill of hunting and cooking which was available to the early men. But these skills and these experiences of the early men has evolved over time, and it has given a whole new approach towards cooking which is known as modern cookery. Okay. Talking about modern cookery focuses not only on getting the food cooked so that it is easy to chew, easy to digest and tastes better. It also focuses on how your food can be made to look delicious, look attractive, how it can combine various ingredients, various flavors, textures and color to make your food more nutritious. Okay? And how you can use varieties of methods of cooking, different techniques and different equipments available to the modern chef to create a masterpiece on the plate. And creating such a masterpiece requires skills, and certainly a chef can be differentiated on the levels of skill that a chef possesses. Okay? Like you see, there are two images on the slide. Image on the left represents a home cooked meal which is presented to a perfection by a home cook. While on the right hand side you see the image of a food which represents the skills required or acquired by a chef to create a masterpiece where food is looking attractive. And not only attractive, this food has various colors and textures available, which denotes how nutritionally rich this food is. Okay. So talking about these level of skills, on the basis of these level of skills or complexity of skills, there are three classes of cookery. Okay. These classes are cuisine simple, which is the first or basic style of cooking, also can be referred to the home style cooked food, where one is using simple and minimum ingredients which are combined by simple skills to create the highest possible standard of the food which every home cook is practicing. Whereas the second class of cookery is cuisine bourgeois. Cuisine bourgeois, bourgeois is a French word which means middle class. Okay? So middle class cookery or the medium level of cooking includes complex ingredients which are not available in the cuisine simple or the basic style of cooking, and number of ingredients are also more compared to the cuisine simple. So when the number of ingredients are more and complexity is there, the required skills will also be complex. Okay? So here you get a more complicated and more complex dish. And the highest level of cooking or the third level of cooking is cuisine haute, where one is using the best possible and as many ingredients with highly complicated cooking techniques and highly complicated skills to create a best quality dish. These are three levels of cooking. And when these levels are combined with the level of experience, experience directly means for how much time one has been practicing a certain set of skills. Okay? Your experience increases with the time, from days to months and months to years, and in this duration, how many skills one has acquired and perfected. Okay? So when level of skill is combined with level of experience, that becomes your growth path in a kitchen hierarchy setup. Okay? Let's talk about hierarchy, general hierarchy of a kitchen. Okay? Hierarchy can be put into three major sections, which are top level, middle level and lower level. Okay? And when you compare the skills and experience of different people or designations inside a kitchen hierarchy, lower the level and experience of skills, okay, lower will be the designation in the entire hierarchy. As the level of skills and level of experience increases over the time, one grows in a kitchen hierarchy and moves up the different levels, starting from lower level, middle level to top level in the kitchen hierarchy. The designations we will be discussing in detail when we will talk about the kitchen hierarchy. Moving on, you must be able to identify the image on your right. He is none other than father of modern cookery, Chef Auguste Escoffier. Okay. He is known for his contribution in getting the chef renowned. The profession of chefs earlier was considered in the category of domestic help. With the awareness of media and professional chefs organizations promoted this professional status of the chefs. Okay? And the mind and person behind this is Chef Auguste Escoffier. Okay? He is the one who introduced the kitchen hierarchy, which is still used by various hotels. The original hierarchy introduced by Chef Auguste Escoffier is called Classical Kitchen Brigade or La Brigade. The Classical Kitchen Brigade. Classical Kitchen Brigade was introduced by Chef Auguste Escoffier, where you will see the head of a classic kitchen brigade is executive chef. Okay? Executive chef, also nowadays known as CDC, chef de cuisine. Okay? We have second in command as executive sous chef, who is taking care or looking after the kitchen in absence of executive chef. Below executive sous chef, we have sous chef. Sous chef helps and subordinates the executive sous chef. Below sous chef, we have CDP, which is chef de partie. When translated to English, it means the section chef, chef of the section. There are various sections inside a professional kitchen. As you can see in the chart, we have sauce chef, we have fish chef, we have vegetable chef, we have roast chef. These are different section chefs like chef boulanger or bakery chef, and under each chef we have commis and apprentice. This was the classic kitchen brigade introduced by Chef Auguste Escoffier. Okay. And various hotels, according to their structure, their size and need, have developed this into their own requirement. Like we have modern kitchen organization structure, as you can see, and this structure varies depending on the size of the hotel or size of the kitchen and what type of menu a hotel or organization is serving or offering to the guest. However, there are certain set designations which are there in a professional setup. Let's discuss the duties and responsibility of these. Okay. Head of the kitchen is executive chef. So the job title remains executive chef, department will be kitchen, and division inside the hotel is food and beverage division. To whom the executive chef will report? Generally, he will be reporting to food and beverage director or the general manager of the hotel. Okay. Executive chef is the head of the kitchen and is responsible for overall smooth functioning of the kitchen, okay, which includes training of the staff, which includes driving the vision of the hotel or the organization, okay, anticipating the requirements of the guests, okay, preparing budgets for human resource requirement, preparing budget for departmental operations, planning for duty rotas, rotating the shifts of the staff, training of the staff, R&D for developing new recipes, making the food cost effective, and in the end generating profit for the organization without compromising on the quality of the food. And he has to ensure the career development of the subordinates working with him. The second designation is executive sous chef, second in command, department again is kitchen, division is food and beverage, and he reports to executive chef. Okay. Being second in command, he is responsible for each and every action of the executive chef by assisting him, or when the chef is not present in the kitchen, he is responsible similar to the executive chef. So he coordinates with executive chef for all the food preparations and smooth running of the operations. He ensures development of new recipes, menus for the future of the kitchen or the hotel organization. He supervises various preparations which are there in the kitchen by tasting and ensuring the quality of the food. He conducts daily cleanliness check. He makes sure that the section chefs are maintaining the equipments and cleaning their areas, equipments, workstations on regular basis. He ensures availability of raw material, that raw material is readily available. He is the one who does ordering of the raw material required for the next day's operation. He takes the requirement from different section chefs. Then next we have sous chef. Designation, job title is sous chef, department is kitchen, division is food and beverage division, and he reports to executive sous chef. So the responsibilities of sous chef is that he is responsible for supervising the operations of main kitchen as instructed by the executive sous chef or the executive chef. He looks after the various functions of sous chef in his or her absence. Okay. He passes on the training and guidelines which are received from the executive chef or the executive sous chef. He informs the subordinates about them. He is responsible for uses or spoilage of the food which is produced under various sections of the kitchen, and he maintains all the records, attendance records, stocks and other records of the kitchen. Then we have kitchen executive. Kitchen executive again is a person who is responsible for maintaining the standards and efficiency of all the operations in kitchen areas. Okay. He is responsible for actions and working of all the staff working under him, under his supervision or control. He ensures that the food produced is of the best quality, and hygiene and other SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, are kept in mind while producing food. He checks the quality of available raw material when received inside the hotel, so that this raw material can be transferred into best quality of food. He checks that the kitchen team members are punctual, disciplined, and they are following all the procedures which are there in the kitchen. Then we have chef de partie, or in French properly pronounced as chef de partie. The job title is chef de partie, department is kitchen, division is food and beverage, and he reports to kitchen executive, or in absence of kitchen executive, he reports to sous chef. So chef de partie is responsible for a specific section which is allotted to him. It can be like bakery, butchery, or Indian section. Okay. So he is responsible for the food items which are produced under his or her section. Okay. Further, he is responsible for maintenance of equipments, cleaning of equipments, cleaning of utensils, cleaning of work area. He is responsible for wastage inside his section. He is responsible for quality of food. He has to ensure that he is maintaining all the records according to the requirement of the organizational standards. He has to ensure that all the standard operating procedures are followed inside the section, and he is also responsible for registering the complaints of any equipment or functions which are not working properly inside the section that he is handling. Under the chef de partie, we have demi chef de partie, demi chef de partie. Demi means half in French. So he is assistant to the chef de partie. As you can see, job title is demi chef de partie, department is kitchen, division is food and beverage. He reports to chef de partie. So he is responsible for taking care of all the equipments which are there in this section, cleaning of these equipments. He has to take care of safety, hygiene, and quality. He has to take actions required for maintaining the quality, for maintaining the records, for maintaining the accuracy of internal kitchen transfers or everything that is there. He is responsible for receiving daily requirement of ingredients from the stores or receiving area, and he is also responsible for processing of these raw materials, and he attends various trainings time and again as organized by the executive chef or the human resource department of the hotel, and he has to pass on the same training to the subordinates working under him. After demi chef de partie or DCDP, we have commis. The job title is commis, department is kitchen, division is food and beverage, and he reports to chef de partie or demi chef de partie. Commis is mainly responsible for preparing the food inside the section. He provides accurate service to the guest as directed by the supervisor or demi chef de partie. He do all the mise for operation in his area. He ensures hygiene and cleanliness standards are maintained inside the section, and he ensures that the instructions given by the CDP or DCDP are being followed, and he attends various trainings which are organized for him. That was about the kitchen organization. To summarize, today we discussed what is cookery, how cookery has evolved over time. We talked about levels of skill and levels of experience, how these levels of skill and experience help you grow inside a professional kitchen. We talked about Chef Augustus Escoffier and his contribution in terms of classical brigade. We talked about what is classical kitchen brigade, what are the various designations, and in the end we talked about roles and responsibilities of various chefs working under different sections of the kitchen. So thank you. See you in next lecture.